The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Daily Racing Form, Double Diamond Farm, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Valerie Daly of Showcase Properties, and Woodford Thoroughbreds. Hello everyone, Carl Nathy filling in for John Henderson on this edition of Thoroughbred Week, featuring 4 graded stakes from Churchill Downs, including a wire-to-wire winner of the Grade 1 Stephen Foster Handicap. We begin with distaff sprinters at Presque Isle Downs in the Satin and Lace Stakes. Cactus Chris, the 7-5 favorite, Ron Mullis picks up the call.
Around the turn they go, and on the inside, Silver Tresser shows away, has it by a length. Cactus Chris to the outside. Then it's Disco Barbie that's next, and then behind that group on the far outside is Town Grad. At the top of the stretch, Silver Tresser continuing to show the way. Disco Barbie and Cactus Chris. Cactus Chris to the outside, Silver Tresser. Disco Barbie looking for racing room is now bounced around just a bit. Disco Barbie trying to get through the hole, but now to the outside is Cactus Chris with the lead, and Disco Barbie. These two will fight it out. Cactus Chris, Disco Barbie coming back. Cactus Chris has got a hit in front, or Disco Barbie. Cactus Chris holds on.
Cactus Chris holds on to defeat Disco Barbie by a head for a 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sales graduates. Ubere Villa Gomez, the winning rider in 102 and 3. Winner of the Ruling Angel Stakes at Woodbine last fall, Cactus Chris finished first but was disqualified to third against Allowance Company at Presque Isle in her seasonal debut. The 4-year-old filly by Cactus Ridge was bred in Kentucky by James Paliafito and Tom Kigan and originally sold for $2,000 at the Keeneland November sale. Cactus Chris has earned nearly $269,000 for Ann Walsh. Ryan Walsh trains the winner. Darby Dan Stallion Shackelford, the only American Classic winner from the Stormcat sire line. Shackelford became just the second horse in 50 years to win a Classic at 3 and the Met Mile at 4, earning a season-high 115 buyer. Look for Shackelford's first crop yearlings selling this summer. To Belmont Park for turf milers in the Grade 3 Poker Stakes. Chilean champion Il Campione, the 9-5 favorite in his North American debut. Larry Colmus has the call.
Around the far turn, it is still King Creasa who has led every step of the way. Heart to Heart and How Great are right there in contention. All Included saves every inch of ground in behind the front runners, and they're into the stretch. And it is King Creasa in front. To the outside, Il Campione makes a run now. All Included is there. Vijack is closing on the far outside. Into the final 16th. King Creasa still there. King Creasa, Il Campione, and Vijack down to the line. King Creasa did it.
17-1 long shot King Creasa, the front-running winner by 3/4 over Vijack. Jose Ortiz aboard the New York bred in 133 and 2. King Creasa won this race 2 years ago for one of his 7 career stakes wins on the New York circuit. The David Donk trainee was coming off a third-place finish against state breds in the Kingston Stakes over the Belmont turf. The 6-year-old gelding by King Cugat was bred in New York by Horse Partners. King Creasa has earned $985,000 for Gerald and Susan Creasa. Back to Presque Isle Downs for the Carl Boys Memorial Stakes. Woodbine shipper Paso Doble, the 5-2 favorite once again. Here's Ron Mullis.
It's still Dazzle Saint showing the way. Choctaw Chuck to the outside. Paso Doble moving well right up the rail. Pataki Kid is wide at the top of the stretch. Dazzle Saint continuing to show the way. Paso Doble now looking for some racing room. Summation time to the outside, and Choctaw Chuck in the middle of the track. It's still though Dazzle Saint with the lead, and Choctaw Chuck late run from Pataki Kid in the middle of the track. Though Dazzle Saint, Choctaw Chuck, and here comes Go Blue or Go Home, but Dazzle Saint wins the gate to wire.
21-1, Dazzled Saint holds off 16-1 Choctaw Chuck by a neck. Willie Martinez aboard the Florida bred in 102 and 3. The first stakes victory for Dazzled Saint, who is making his 4th appearance in the Carl Boys Memorial. This was his first start off a nearly 10-month layoff. The winner is trained and owned by John Bork. Dazzled Saint has earned $404,000. The 8-year-old gelding by Saint of Fleet was bred in Florida by Francis Rover. Florida breds, race 'em or chase 'em. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
It's Daredevil with a 4-length lead. And Daredevil with a sparkling performance here in the Champagne.
Quillen has been providing quality leather goods worldwide since 1982. Our custom halters are handmade in the nation's largest halter shop right here in Paris, Kentucky. From checkbook covers, wallets, and a variety of gift items, or one of our famous handcrafted halter plate belts or work belt, all are hand finished in our leather shop. And for over 30 years, not a lot has changed in the way we do business and the quality of service and products you'll get at Quillen. Quillen Leather and Tag, South Main Street in Paris, or online at quillen.com.
Since 1894, Daily Racing Form has told the story of thoroughbred racing. 120 years later, Daily Racing Form continues to tell the story and now bridges the worlds of racing and breeding. Presenting the new DRF Sire-powered results tool. Access race results by sire, name of horse, track, date, age, type of race, distance, and surface. Available only at DRF Breeding.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to standard stud, multiple graded stakes winner, Sold Out, and juvenile grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with a long shot winner of the Woodbine Oaks coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with 3-year-olds at Churchill Downs in the Grade 3 Matt Wynn Stakes. Fame and Power, the 1-2 favorite. Travis Stone picks up the call.
Round the far turn, Island Town, Private Prospect, Annihilator on the outside, Fame and Power muscles up on the outside and comes on with a bid 3 wide, and here comes Fame and Power sweeping up to take the lead off the turn. But Island Town is fighting on, and so is Private Prospect. The rest have to get going. 1 furlong left, shoulder to shoulder are Island Town and Private Prospect, and Fame and Power's digging down and holding on to that lead. Island Town's not done yet. Island Town coming back on Fame and Power. Island Town did it.
Island Town fights back to defeat Fame and Power by half a length. Julien Leparoux up in 143-2. Island Town making his stakes debut after winning an entry-level allowance on the Derby card at Churchill Downs. The gelding by Hard Spun was bred in Kentucky by Randy Block and Partners. Island Town has earned $133,000 for Block and 6-column stable. Ian Wilkes trains the winner. For all of your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the upcoming yearling sales. 3-year-old fillies over the Churchill Downs turf course in the Grade 3 Regret Stakes. Don't Leave Me, the 3-2 favorite. Once again, here's Travis Stone.
Prado Sweet Ride is at the back of the pack as they round the far turn. Lady Zuzu has opened up a 4-length advantage outside the quarter pole. You're the One I Love, fully extended back in second. Return to Grace rolls up on the outside, trying to put in a bid. But as they turn for home, Lady Zuzu's got a 5-length lead and 3/16 to go. Return to Grace, Prado Sweet Ride on the outside. Christina's journey toward the rail, furlong left. Lady Zuzu, Robbie Alvarado needs another 16th to lead his 3. Prado Sweet Ride is coming, but so is the wire. Lady Zuzu, Prado Sweet Ride, a final try to get there. Prado Sweet Ride up in time.
Last, turning for home, Prado's Sweet Ride rallies to defeat Lady Zuzu by a head, one of 2 graded stakes winners on the card for Julienne Leparoux. Time of the race, 1:51.4. The first stakes victory for Prado's Sweet Ride, who finished 6th as the favorite in the Indy Star Stakes at Indiana Grand in her latest. The filly by Fort Prado was bred in Illinois by her owners, Daryl and Sadie Brommer. Prado's Sweet Ride has earned $135,000. Chris Block trains the winner. DRF Breeding, home of the new sire-powered results tool. Access race results from North America. Visit drf.com/breeding for additional information. Canadian-bred fillies in the Woodbine Oaks. London Tower, the 9-10 favorite. Here's the new voice of Woodbine, Robert Geller, with the call.
3/4 of a mile to run at Academic. Making play, has an easy lead here by a 1.5 lengths internal Bourbon. On the inside is Red River Heidi. The outer is the grey leading edge. Edging up is She's a Masterpiece. Brooklyn's Ways lying in 5th spot. 2 lengths away, London Tower. Still yet to catch the main pack at this point. Season Ticket the centre. Galena Point on the inside. And Tancook is last. Academic trying to get away from them as they head inside the half mile. Academic by 2.5 lengths. Up in second placing. Leading edge on the outside of internal Bourbon from Red River Heidi. Then She's a Masterpiece in the centre, Brooklyn's Way. London Tower yet to unfold, but is coming a little bit closer now. And London Tower right around the outside, coming with a nice move. In behind them, Season Ticket, Galena Point and Tancook taking off from last. Academic in front of the 1/4 of a mile peg. Academic got away. Academic 2 in front. She's a Masterpiece is second. London Tower down the outside, but Academic might be stealing this one. Academic's gone 5 in front. London Tower coming on now. London Tower and She's a Masterpiece. Academic is 16th to go, and this has been a brilliant ride by Justin Stein. London Tower too late, and Academic has won the Oaks.
The longest shot in the field, Academic at 66-1, the front-running winner by a 1 3/4 lengths over odds-on favorite London Tower. Justin Stein aboard the OBS Sales Graduate in track record time of 1:48.4. The Reed Baker trainee was coming off a maiden win in her 3-year-old debut at Woodbine. The filly by Henny Hughes was bred in Ontario by Spring Farm and was a $54,000 OBS April 2-year-old. Academic has earned $293,000 for Bear Stables Limited. The Spendthrift Farm Stallion of the Week is Malibu Moon, AP Indy's leading sire 6 years running. Take advantage of Spendthrift's reduced Southern Hemisphere stud fees, including Malibu Moon for just $25,000, stands and nurses. For a full roster of participating stallions and stud fees, visit spendthriftfarm.com.
Shaking it up on the outside, Central Banker, shaking it up to win in a driving finish. Shaking it up, and David Flores won the Malibu. They're almost in a straight line as they come for home now. Shaking it up will win it. Shaking it up, coming home powerfully. Shaking it up in a thorough take-it winner.
In the business of breeding horses, timing is everything. Making ovulation more predictable, Sucromate Equine takes the guesswork out of scheduling breedings. Sucromate is the only FDA-approved deslorelin product indicated for inducing ovulation within 48 hours of treatment. Sucromate is safe, reliable, and results from a large field-based study show Sucromate provides a higher ovulation rate than any other product. Streamline your breeding season with Sucromate Equine.
And they're off.
After finishing a disappointing 8th in her first start, Groupie Doll would rebound just 2 weeks later to impressively break her maiden. She would go on to become one of the best sprinters of her generation, earning back-to-back Eclipse Awards. After selling for $3.1 million at the Keeneland November sale, everyone believed her racing career was over. But Groupie Doll would return and add another graded stakes victory to her impressive resume. OCD Pellets. Build stronger bone and build your success story.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions, the last Triple Crown winner, 13 Classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Shoemaker Mile coming up in this segment. We begin with fillies and mares at Santa Anita in the Grade 3 Adoration Stakes. Two-time champion Beholder, the 1-5 favorite, Frank Miramonte, picks up the call.
Heading to the 3/8 pole, My Monet with Beholder poised to pounce on her in second. Warren's Vanita clearly into third. Grandiose Tactics hugs the rail but is losing ground steadily. Then Oscar Party and Wild in the saddle. Beholder cruising to the quarter pole. In front by a half length. My Monet is trying to keep pace. Warren's Vanita swings into action. It's Beholder. Warren's Vanita's firing a big shot on the outside. These two square off at the 8th pole. Beholder now just gets a nudge. Gary Stevens puts the whip in his left hand, but Beholder is still cruising. Warren's Vanita as honest as they come, but Beholder is simply in another league. And it's going to be Beholder to score in the Adoration.
Beholder strolls home by a length and a quarter over Warren's Vanita. Gary Stevens aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 141-3, a stakes winner over the track in her seasonal debut. The two-time champion was forced to miss a start in the Grade 1 Vanity Stakes due to illness. This was the 10th stakes victory for the Richard Mandela trainee, including the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies at 2 and the Breeders' Cup Distaff at 3. The 5-year-old mare by Henny Hughes was bred in Kentucky by Clarkland Farm. Beholder has earned $3,476,000 for Spendthrift Farm. The half-sister to Spendthrift stallion Into Mischief was consigned by Clarkland Farm to the 2011 Keeneland September yearling sale, where she was purchased by Spendthrift Farm for $180,000. Two-time champion Beholder, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. Beholder paid $240 to win and is the Malone's Favorite of the Week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Fillies and mares at Churchill Downs in the Grade 2 Fleur-de-Lis Handicap. Sheer Drama, the 8-5 favorite. Once again, here's Travis Stone.
Heading up the backstretch, Yahilwa is the leader with Frivolous in pursuit on the outside, just a half a length behind with 5 furlongs to go. And these two are 3 lengths clear of Gold Medal Dancer on the outside in third. Sheer Drama's drafting toward the rail from fourth, only about 4 lengths to make up with a half mile to go. My Sweet Addiction stuck wide on the far turn 2. Pearl turns to her inside, then it's Tiz Windy. The rest have to get going. America is another 8 lengths back and about 15 behind on the far turn. Glory's Last Chance tails out to trail the field. Round the far turn, Frivolous going head-to-head with Yahilwa. Sheer Drama's looming in behind from third. Tiz Windy's putting in a far turn bid now, rolling up to be fourth under the whip. And from the back of the pack, America's picking through the pack with a big move on the turn still, with 8 lengths to make up, though. Top of the stretch, and it is Frivolous with a tenuous lead. Yahilwa fighting on toward the rail. Here comes Sheer Drama, angling toward the outside, and Tiz Windy's coming too. Down to the final 16th, Frivolous, 1 length lead. Sheer Drama, Tiz Windy, second and third, chasing Frivolous down to the wire. Frivolous on top at 32-1.
Long shot Frivolous scores her second upset under the Twin Spires, defeating the favorite Sheer Drama by a length and a half. John Court up in 149-1. Frivolous won the Grade 2 Fall City Handicap at odds of 19 to 1 last fall, but she finished last in her most recent start, the Grade 1 La Troyenne Stakes. The filly by Empire Maker was bred in Kentucky by her owner, G. Watts Humphrey Jr. Trained by his daughter, Vicki Oliver, Frivolous has earned nearly $457,000. John Court with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. Back to Santa Anita for the Grade 1 Shoemaker Mile on turf. Midnight Storm, the even money favorite. Once again, here is Frank Miramonte.
And they're off. Winning Prize is going out for the lead. Midnight Storm, who bobbled ever so slightly, is right up alongside second. Bala Bali comes away in third and guided toward the rail, with Seek Again fourth, 5 lengths off what appears to be a moderate tempo, and Talco is the early trailer. Into the first turn they go, and Winning Prize will set the terms. Midnight Storm relaxes in second. It's a gap of 4 back to Bala Bali, now clearly third, with Seek Again a length and a half behind him, and Talco's at the back, about 10 lengths off the lead. Winning Prize 3/4 of a length onto the backstretch, with Midnight Storm in second. Still another 4 back to Bala Bali, clearly third, and Seek Again is in fourth. He has 7 to make up, 3 in front of Talco. Half mile from home, Winning Prize, a length and a half. Midnight Storm still comfortable in second. The same true for Bala Bali, who's 3.5 off the leader. Seek Again is in fourth as Midnight Storm now makes his move. Talco's at the back. Midnight Storm right up alongside Winning Prize, who maintains a slim lead. Bala Bali's had a dream trip in third. Talco is moving up on the inside of Seek Again. They're at the top of the stretch. Midnight Storm puts his head in front. Talco is becoming a major threat on the outside as Winning Prize battles bravely. Bala Bali still 2 behind, and Talco's doing the best work under a hand ride. Coming to the 16th pole. Midnight Storm is trying to battle with him, but Talco has the momentum. Talco, Midnight Storm, Talco has won the Shoemaker Mile.
Last down the backstretch, 13 to 1 Talco rallies to defeat Midnight Storm by half a length. Rafael Bejarano aboard in 135 flat. The European import won the Thunder Road Stakes over the course and trip 2 starts back for his first U.S. Stakes victory. But the John Sadler trainee finished second to Bala Bali in their last meeting, the Grade 3 American Stakes. The French-bred 4-year-old colt by Pivotal is owned by Ronus Racing. Talco has earned $491,000. Coming up, a fantastic finish in the Foster.
Close 140 at 130, 40. If you get 40, if you get 140, if you get 130.
Down over to down 87, 90 pound, down over to down 90 grand bay. 890 pounds and down over to down 90. 80 now 5 on a minute, now 85. What do you think? 5 here. 85 pounds and down over to down 5 on a minute.
People want to know what's so special about Ocala. Centrally located between Orlando and Jacksonville, Ocala's equine industry has many incentives to breed, raise, and train thoroughbreds. Discover Ocala. Reach out to Showcase Properties, and we'll show you why we love where we live.
I've got a to-do list and 5 acres of fresh air.
Top 3 tools: hammer, screwdriver, front loader.
Happiness is a drive-over mower deck.
A John Deere dealer can teach tractors to anybody.
In the right hands, an iMatch Quick Hitch could probably cure most of the world's problems.
That's how we run, and nothing runs like a Deere. John Deere is a proud sponsor of the Breeders' Cup.
City Wolf and Emma Jane Wilson, outstanding in the Durham Cup. City Wolf won it by 2, and City Wolf has collared the leaders. And it's City Wolf, and it's just a matter of how much he'll win by. City Wolf going away in the 3rd.
City Wolf, a graded stakes winner by leading sire Giants Causeway, and a half-brother to leading sires Ghost Sapper and City Zip. standing at Adena Springs South.
Flatter, a graded son of AP Indy, continues to rank among leading sires. The sire of graded stakes horses in every crop, he consistently has runners at the highest level.
Upstart is pulling away impressively to win the Holy Bull.
Colby's back. Colby's back is back. Wins it for Gary Stevens.
Powerful on the track and fashionable in the sales ring, Flatter is from a top sire family. Flatter at Claiborne Farm.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Churchill Downs for the Grade 1 Stephen Foster Handicap. Lee, the 9-5 favorite. Here's the call by Travis Stone.
And they're off in the Stephen Foster. And Lee with a good start, and so too Paganal to the outside, and Paganal up to take the lead. Lead is Fordley placed toward the inside. Noblebird is racing third, and Catburglar on the far outside tries to move over toward the rail, but will be stuck wide into that first turn. It is Paganal to set the pace. Noblebird's racing in second. Catburglar on the far outside is third, while Lee is pulled back off the pace, settling in toward the rail from fourth. Commissioner right up against the fence in fifth. Opportunity is sixth by 2, and Majestic Harbor is at the back of the pack. Heading for the backstretch run, and Paganal has opened up a 3-length lead and throws down a quarter in 23-1. Up the backstretch they go. Paganal leads by 2. Noblebird is keen to go on second toward the outside. Catburglars in the clear racing third. Lead hustled along toward the rail from fourth. Commissioner asked for a little bit more speed. Fifth and down outside of a half mile to go. Opportunities racing in the clear on the outside. 5 lengths to make up from there. Majestic Harbor still trails, but Majestic Harbor is getting a bit closer as they round the far turn. Paganal's half was 46 4/5 seconds. Noblebird is poised on the outside, and right there, Noblebird has taken over. But Lee is moving into second now and chasing Noblebird to the quarter pole. 2 lengths farther back, Opportunity rolls up to be third. Paganal gives it up. Commissioner, Catburglar, Majestic Harbor cuts the corner off the turn, but it's Noblebird. Noblebird has kicked away to lead by 2, but Lee is trying to close on the outside, and Lee is closing a length and a half behind. Furlong to go, but Noblebird is digging in. Lee's trying to get by with ground to make up. Opportunity third, down to the wire. Noblebird, Lee, one final try, down to the finish. Noblebird, Lee, here's the wire. Noblebird, fantastic in the Foster.
4-1, Noblebird holds off the late charge of Lee by a neck. Sean Bridgemahan, the winning jockey in 147 4, a 107 Beyer speed figure. The first stakes victory for Noblebird, the Mark Cassey trainee just missed in his latest, finishing second by a head in the Grade 2 Ali Sheba Stakes. The 4-year-old colt by Birdstone was bred in Kentucky by Jack Swain and was a $105,000 yearling. Noblebird has earned $531,000 for John C. Oxley. We'll have 3-year-olds in the Grade 3 Pegasus Stakes from Monmouth Park and the Ohio Derby at Thistledown next week here on Thoroughbred Week. Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.